All right, let's just go ahead and get started. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there as I was picking out the music, because I always forget that fucking bossa nova music fucks, dude. I always forget that bossa nova music fucks. Wait, hold on. What is this one? Ah, yes, I'm talking about. Alrighty. Do I like ARG games? I've never participated in one, but I've watched videos about them before. Oh, also, I bought that game that you had. Was it you that told me to play Shipwreck 64 or something? Oh, yeah, you're talking about that one. Yeah, I actually bought that. I'm just trying to find a day that I can do it on stream, because I don't think that I'm going to play it just on my own. So I need to find a day where I can like stream super late. You need to do it with a few people? Okay, then I'll get some people on board. Okay, just trying to get started here. Let's see here. Fuck me. Let me open up some links here. I don't care about the Channel 5 stuff. Maybe we'll watch a little bit as a meme while the ADD medicine kicks in.
Elon, obviously,
We're getting new details this morning.
All right. Oh shit, I completely forgot to fucking change the fucking scene. I've just been sitting here. Ha! Hello. I feel like someone tagged me in this, but I can't remember in like what Discord or if someone sent it to me in DMs. Maybe it was you that sent it to me. Okay, well, this one's fine. Because especially, like, at the, beginning of 2021, we weren't in the midst of, like, the COVID pandemic. Or, we were in the midst of the COVID pandemic, so we weren't having massive waves of immigrants. So that one's probably fine. Oh, my God. Why are some of them highlighted? Man, I'm not going to be able to focus on this until the ADD medicine kicks in. Sorry. I'm looking at this and I'm not... I can't look at it. Has the action section showcase a frame of mind to the... Yeah, I mean, like, this is actually super helpful, but... See, like, right here, like, Border Patrol released at least 50,000 aliens without giving them a notice to appear, a court date, instead advising them to self-report to ICE on their own. Unsurprisingly, 87% of aliens fail to report. I would have to understand why the Border Patrol did that. And Wait, is this like a running count or is this per week? Oh, it must be per week or something. It says that giving money to cities for illegal immigration is promoting illegal immigration. Just shows how different they think. Wait, if like throwing money at at mitigating the damage from a problem is promoting illegal immigration, that's fucking crazy. We should just let the world burn then. You're right, Nair. God, I love Republicans. Republicans are my favorite people. We should not have bad things happen. First, we should not have bad things happen. But if they do happen, we shouldn't do anything about it. And when the bad things happen as a result of us not doing anything about it, we should blame the other people and say that they want women and children to get raped and people to overdose on fentanyl. Meanwhile, in NYC elementary schools... What? Wheels on the bus. The bombs in the air go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All through the skies. From the river to the sea, the people cry. Wait, how the fuck does that even... How does it fit? Okay. A pair of Brooklyn public school teachers are playing kids as young as 8 with plying kids as young as 8 with anti-Israel propaganda, drawing lessons from a company that offers material twisting the classic wheels on the bus socket to a hateful screed that cheers the eradication of the Jewish state. Yeah, these people should be fucking fired. Okay, I'm all for defending teachers for like stupid shit that conservatives want to get ass mad over for like no reason, right? Or if it's just like cringy, but it's not really like bad. This is bad. Wait, is Wheels on the Bus only... Well, I guess that makes sense. Because it would have had to come after the invention of the motor car, huh? Wheels on the tank go round, round, round. The bombs in the air go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh all through the skies. From every river to every sea, the people cry, cry, cry. Free Palestine till the wheels on the tanks fall off. I just don't even know how that fits into the song, too. I want teachers to have leeway, but we should also embed teaching with fact, not propaganda. Huh. Yeah, these people should be barred from teaching. Gross drew controversy in the past for touting kids in a video. So this isn't the first time?
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your...
Tell me no. Ugh, fuck off. Why do they do that, dude?
At Parents Defending Education, we got a tip from a whistleblower at Fairfax County Public Schools on summer Learning 2021 for second graders.
Why does it seem like lefties are trying to erode the trust in their own in our institutions? Well, here's the thing. They're just retarded. They're just retarded. There is no ulterior motive. They're just retarded. They think they're doing something good. That's the problem. They're actually just subhumanly fucking unintelligent.
At parents'
And they also obviously have no sense of self-preservation. Like, they know, like, they might be thinking they're doing something that's good, but they know that they're bringing politics into the classroom. So they have no sense of self-preservation. Public schools are hemorrhaging students? Link me something on that. I've never heard of. How is the public school system hemorrhaging students? Are all of a sudden are people able to afford private education for their fucking kids? Like, I don't know what I think about that.
Defending education, we got a tip from a whistleblower at Fairfax County Public Schools on summer learning 2021 for second graders. It's got all sorts of goals. It's got reading goals, writing goals, work study goals.
Wait,
and
hold
then
on.
Standards, considerations for
Enrollment is way down. Think about it this way. People are having less kids right now, okay? Like, especially people who would be having, kids that are going into kindergarten, people that are around my age, right? People just aren't having as many kids. So enrollment being down, I don't know if that necessarily means that people are not enrolling their kids because of woke reasons, right? 9.3 since 2020. I don't have any frame of reference to know. You might be right on that one, but I just don't have a frame of reference to know.
English learners. You decide whether you think this is appropriate.
Now, if you had a parallel statistic with that said this is the amount of kids that are enrolling in like homeschooling, or this is the amount of kids that are enrolling in private schooling institutions, like, then I would be like, oh, okay, yeah. But like, one stat right there isn't giving me enough information, and I also have no frame of reference to know,
Appropriate. What they also suggest here in their suggested text: safe by key, woke kindergarten.
Safe.
And then the
by
videos
key.
that are suggested.
We all deserve to feel
after
safe.
By YouTube.
Wait, hold on. Safe by key. Oh, hold on. That's one of the things that people linked. Well, this isn't giving me what I want. Okay, maybe it got pulled down, or maybe we're just not finding it.
Safe by key, woke kindergarten.
Safe.
Okay, hold on. 22% of kids in Seattle are enrolled in private schools. What is the national average? Other cities are 11. Okay, that's exactly what I was asking. Okay, then that might mean something then.
And then the
By
videos
key.
that are suggested.
We all deserve to feel
after
safe.
By YouTube.
We deserve to feel safe.
And they've done more harm compared to lefties. Well, this is what I would say. Like, I love Cactus. I feel like I was there was this thing that happened to me, I think in like late 2022, and then started petering out mid 2023, where I started listening to more right-wing media so that I could understand their point of view more. And then I got some information that was like, okay, wow, there's some actual real information here that is pretty fucking bad for people on the left. Like, they're lying about stuff. but then I learned to like temper that with like, okay, so the left is fucking crazy. The right is also fucking crazy. I think Cactus, I think that some of the things that you say in some of the group chats are fucking wild sometimes, right? Like sharing New York Post things. Like if this is what your algorithm is showing you on a regular basis, you're going to turn into a fucking like QAnoner. Like you're tracking to turn to a QAnoner in like, I would say like 2.5 years. Like, but I think it's important to recognize the fucking crazy, stupid, insane shit that the left does, while also understanding that the right is just as bad or worse. And also keep in mind, I would say the far left are crazy. The left are like dims, but that's me. No. Like, I don't even know, dude. Yeah. Damn, I need my ADD medicine to kick in, bro. Holy shit. I can't verbalize what I want to say right now. Okay, let's listen to this.
And then the
By
videos
Key.
that are suggested.
We all deserve to feel
after
safe.
by YouTube.
We deserve to feel safe in our homes. We deserve to feel safe in our bodies. We deserve to feel safe in our schools. We deserve to feel safe outside. We deserve to feel safe everywhere. I feel safe when I'm with my dogs. I feel safe when I'm with my partner. I feel safe when I'm with my friends. I feel safe when people listen to my feelings. I feel safe when there are no police.
I was about to make a comment on like, there's lefty audio, and that's one thing. Lefty audio is definitely a thing. There's also another thing, and that is teacher audio. Teacher audio, holy fucking shit, dude, is the goddamn fucking worst. All right? If you like, when I was doing substitute teaching stuff, bro, when we had to like play stuff from another teacher on the projector or some shit, it was like they were talking into like a, oh fuck, what do you call those things? It was like a mic from like 1993 that you would plug into your Game Boy Color or something. Like, it's actually fucking crazy how bad, it's really crazy how bad their audio is, and I don't know why no one can get a good mic. They're like $5.
Friends. I feel safe when people listen to my feelings.
Bro, actually, you know what? Is it Brain Pop? This shit right here. Let's go to their videos. Let's go to oldest. And let's scroll. Let's do one from man, I wasn't even in high school back in fucking 5 years ago. Let's see if their audio is good here.
Enjoy this movie, then visit brainpop.com for much more. What are you
Nope.
talking about? I didn't wear your hat. That's not my hair. Okay, you got me.
At least they don't have like the fucking like 5-minute pauses in between every fucking sentence like they used to, dude. Oldest. Let me see if I can find one of the ones that plate tectonics. Let's see what this one was like.
Enjoy this movie, then visit. Wegner couldn't explain why Pangea split up or how. But there was some evidence to support his idea.
Okay, never mind. I'm going off the rails. ADD medicine's not helping me with anything right now. Fuck me.
I feel safe when there are no police. And it's no one's job to tell me how I feel. But it's everyone's job to
Hey.
make sure that people...
It's not my job to tell you how you feel. It's my pleasure. It's not my fucking job. It's my hobby to tell you how you should feel. And the way that you should feel is ashamed. You should feel ashamed. You should feel a little embarrassed.
who are being treated...
What's this voice here? So New York elementary teachers do the wheels on the bus go around and round, but then they put anti-Jew music or lyrics to it. The wheels on the tanks go round and round all through the town. The people in the town, they hold their ground and never back down. The bombs in the air go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh all through the skies. From every river to every sea, the people cry, cry, cry. Free Palestine till the wheels on the tank fall off. And I guess this dumb, retarded, fucking subhuman idiot has done this before by making some sort of curriculum that the parents or the kids were supposed to go through, and it just says, yeah, I feel safe when there's no police around. Okay, we're gonna finish the video and then we'll
when
talk.
people listen to my feelings.
Oh, hey,
I
how's
feel
it going,
safe
SDA?
when there are no police. And it's no one's job to tell me how I feel. But it's everyone's job to make sure that people who are being treated unfairly feel safe too.
What makes you feel safe? Who makes you feel safe and why? Why do some people feel safe with police and others don't? Okay. My pronoun book, woke kindergarten. Wait, is there a YouTube channel actually called? No, it can't be. Oh my God, their actual YouTube is called Woke Kindergarten. What? No audio? No audio? We keep us safe. Oh, it's because I have the tab muted.
Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
Like, and the thing that I really hate about this is that, like that first one, right? Everything up until the fucking, like, I feel safe when I'm not around police is exactly what you should say, you know?
By Key. We all deserve to feel safe.
Yeah.
We deserve to feel safe in our homes.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve to feel safe in our bodies. We deserve to feel safe in our schools. We deserve to feel safe outside. We deserve to feel safe everywhere. I feel safe when I'm with my dogs. I feel safe when I'm with my partner. I feel safe when I'm with my friends. I feel safe when people listen to my feelings. I feel safe when there are no police. And it's no one's job to tell me how I feel.
Oh, I can't. I need to stop saying that. I've almost said the KYS thing. But like everything up until that point was totally fine, was totally the thing that you should tell a kindergartner. But then when you say like that, I feel safe when there are no police. Why are you telling kids not to go to the police?
We keep us safe. By Key. Woke Kindergarten. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
You should tell kids this. We're supposed to keep ourselves safe. How do you keep yourself safe? That's what the rest of this video should be. Don't run with scissors pointing up, right? Don't hit other kids. Don't do things that are unsafe, and list a bunch of things. This is how we keep ourselves safe. This bitch is going to go off and say, we keep ourselves safe by not letting police into something.
We clothe us. We feed us. We house us.
Oh, okay. So this person's probably just like a black supremacist.
We don't police us. We protect us. We teach us. We accept us. We don't arrest us.
Never arrest people who violate the law. If there's a serial killer on the loose, don't do nothing. There's a really good meme of some soy jack, and they're like, I vehemently disagree with the prison industrial, complex or whatever the fuck, right? I vehemently disagree with that unless they violate a law that I personally dislike.
We love us.
Yeah, what do you want to bet they police who their friends follow on Twitter? True.
Believe us. We defend us. We free us. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
Okay, I need to get away from this.
And
I'm going to start getting really angry at this stupid shit that they're putting into kids' heads. Okay.
With us now to continue our conversation is California Senator Alex Padilla, who sits on the Judiciary Committee. Senator, it's always great to see you. I thank you for your time. We've kind of all been hearing bits and pieces about this agreement. Your colleagues are hammering out, including giving the president and DHS the authority to literally shut down the border when encounters reach a certain number for a week. What's your position on what you've seen so far?
Well, good to be back with you, Jose. And let me just say the frustration continues because there's nothing we've actually seen thus far.
What really sucks? It feels like CNN, unironically, is the bipartisan news station nowadays. Because you listen to MSNBC, and they are just like Fox News for left-leaning people, for like liberals. I hate how both sides are grandstanding this issue and no one else can see the bill. Yeah. I really thought that there was more information on it. I've done a little bit of research off stream. There is no information. There is no information anywhere about what is in this bill. You can make guesses. You can say it's probably, part of like the HR2 bill, but like there is no information anywhere.
Agreement.
Not beating the indoctrinating kids allegations. Okay, antenna cactus. I will say though, in defense of people on the left, all right, conservatives are also indoctrinating their kids, all right? They're saying fucking crazy shit to their kids too, all right? If you think that the culture war is just a one-sided, the left is destroying today's youth, all right? Both sides are doing this shit, and it's disgusting on both sides. Unironically, people are using their children as tools of the fucking culture war in a way that I don't think I've ever seen before in my entire life without it being called out, right? Like in 2016, right? The kids, what was the Trump girls dancing or some shit? Oh, yeah. He scammed them and they ended up turning on him. Wait, no shot. No way. No way. Did he really? That's funny as fuck. That's fucking amazing. No way. How do I Google that? Where? Oh wait, hold on. The Freedom Girls, Pensacola, Florida. Trump scam. Freedom Girls. USA Freedom Kids versus Trump. Bro, this was before the election even happened. They sued him before the election happened. The Trump campaign did not give him and their girls their due. Failed to allow the group to set up a table and sell CDs at a rally. And then, after making a trek from Florida to Des Moines, canceled the Freedom Kids scheduled performance. He said the Trump campaign never made the situation right and that it was worth legal action. This is the way they played us. They can only ignore us for so long. Did they win? Oh man, I wish I knew if they won. It's funny as fuck though.
If it's even.
Oh wait, hold on.
It's dinner time with family, and you settle in to dine. Your son is watching.
Save your child's mind with PragerU Kids. Yeah.
But you think it must be fine. You know it's only kid shows, so you have some peace of mind. But as you eat the roasted goose, your little sport insists.
Hey, Dad, did you know America is racist?
Your mind goes numb, your skin turns pale, and your heart aches with fear. Your child.
This is the average conservative dinner with the family. Oh no, someone said something about America that's bad. I can't breathe. Wait, did we disconnect? Are we fine? Are we good? Are we live?
Content for your child's mind to fight the leftist lies. And if you give your child a chance to watch and think and grow, they might burst forth like Washington, a true American hero.
Wait, what the fuck?
Child's mind to fight the leftist lies. And if you give your child a chance to watch and think and grow, they might burst forth like Washington, a true American hero. Think better, live better. Visit PragerUKids.com for free kids shows, cartoons, and books that teach classic American values.
God, I wish people could just be fucking normal. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and save that to my watch later. Ha, 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 ha. Okay.
Even at that point, certainly the language of it has not been shared with other lawmakers for review, for analysis. So we're operating based on what we are hearing. And a lot of what we're hearing is troublesome because a lot of it is, frankly, Trump's playbook, back in action, a series of policies that have been proven to not work. You can call it Title 42, the presidential authority, quote unquote.
Bro, she's wearing a Naruto shirt. That's so fucking based.
Close the border. We know that didn't work under Trump, and we can't expect it to work again. Nobody's arguing that we don't need to modernize our immigration laws as a whole, but Republican colleagues who insist on shutting down the border or quote unquote driving the numbers down aren't willing to really engage in the root cause conversation. If we're genuine and sincere about addressing the number of people coming to the United States, either seeking asylum or seeking economic opportunity, let's have that responsible, thoughtful conversation. But that's not what we're hearing from negotiators.
You know, Senator, you and I have, for the longest time, even before you were in the Senate, when you were an official in California, about the importance of representation and about being at the places where discussions are carried out. And you are the first Latino senator in the state of California, which tells you a lot. But I'm just wondering, where is the representation on this conversation going? I haven't seen it in the Senate, I haven't seen it in the House, and I haven't seen it out of the White House. Am I wrong?
Look, that's been one of the big frustrations for a number of members of Congress, including but not limited to the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, that not one of the members of the CHC are part of the negotiating group. I'd also underscore that there's not a border state Democrat that's at the table either. But knowing that the stakes are so high, I've insisted on working and communicating directly with my colleagues, both Democrats and Republicans, to try to stay on top of what is being considered in close to real time and offer solutions. I'll say, you know, it's important to remind the public it is not unlawful for somebody fleeing an authoritarian regime, think Cuba, think Venezuela, to come to the United States seeking asylum. We shouldn't gut the asylum system as we know. We should fund it better, more hearing officers, more judges, so that people who qualify can get approved more quickly in a matter of weeks and months, not years and years, get the work permit so they can support themselves and move on. And those who don't, return home more quickly, not leave them in limbo for working.
I just got a text that rocketed. Have you guys ever had like a? We'll rewatch this in a second. Have you guys ever gotten had a coworker that was what's a delicate way to put this? Extremely fucking ugly, and also sexually harassed you, and very strange about the way that they sexually harassed you. One of my old coworkers just texted me like, "Hey, do you remember this person? Do you remember why that person got fired?" And I was just like, "Fuck, dude." Oh, like just imagine them as like she looked like she was like 4'9", weighed about as much as I did at that time, and like had goblin body proportions, like Dr. Eggman, right? And she like fucking fuck me. 1 second. Actually, I'll respond to that later. I might need to take a second. Did I take my ADD medicine? Because I really don't feel like I did.
And communicating directly with my colleagues, both Democrats and Republicans, to try to stay on top of what is being considered in close to real time and offer solutions. I'll say, you know, it's important to remind the public it is not unlawful for somebody fleeing an authoritarian regime, think Cuba, think Venezuela, to come to the United States seeking asylum. We shouldn't gut the asylum system as we know. We should fund it better, more hearing officers, more judges, so that people who qualify can get approved more quickly in a matter of weeks and months, not years and years, get the work permit so they can support themselves and move on. And those who don't, return home more quickly, not leave them in limbo. For the folks coming to the United States seeking economic opportunity, you know, I keep hearing from employers across sectors of the economy that we have a workforce shortage.
What I'm starting to like come to the realization of is that this entire border crisis is mostly just our inability to not keep people in legal limbo for years. One second. Like, I just don't know how any of these policies that they're talking about with like walls and shit and razor wire and buoys, like, sure, that would probably slow them down in that one specific area, but you can always go around those things. The real thing that we should fix is the process rather than the literal land border. Is that not obvious to everyone? Because I'm trying to figure out quadcopters with pistols. Hey, you know what? Fucking based. Okay, let's go. Fucking what is it called? 1984. Just like have a whole bunch of fucking little AI bots going around. The process is pretty fine. No, nobody agrees that the process is fine. The process is fucked. Both the legal and the asylum seeking like immigration process, they're both fucked. They can leave you in a legal limbo super fucking easily for years and years and years and years and years. Yeah, it feels like that's like the main issue. And then like the fact that it can leave you in that limbo for years and years and years and years disincentivizes people from trying to go through the legal processes and just try to like run on through. I feel like if we fix the actual process, we could do this in a lot more orderly of a way. No? I'm just so curious to see like what things we could fix with the process that could expedite it and give people a chance to have their cases heard in a timely manner, so that people aren't like, oh, well, you don't even try to go through that. They're either going to deport you immediately, or you're going to have to like do this legal battle for like the next 10 years of your fucking life. Just go by them and try not to get caught, you know? We should fix the process and relentlessly deport anyone entering illegally. But like the only reason they're entering illegally is because have such a fucked up process, it seems. And also, like, I don't even really care about, like, the deportations, I guess. It's just, it doesn't feel like there's any kind of, it doesn't seem feasible, right? Well, first off, not marching in groups of 10,000 might make it go faster. There is a problem of quantity. I won't disagree with you there. There is a problem of quantity, but, like, I haven't seen anything. Not all these people are refugees. I don't even care if they're refugees. Okay. If they want to come here and they want to fucking like move to the US and they want to get a job, I don't think I really have that big of a fucking problem with it. Which is why I just feel like we should streamline the process. Come back in an hour? Sieg. Hold on. It's not like wanting fast food, seeing a line of cars, and then getting and bitching because it takes too long, and then you can just come back in an hour. It's like, come back in 10 years. Right? I think that these people, generally speaking, they're not coming over here just for like shits and giggles, or just because like, oh, it would be better to live in America than here, just like generally. Like, I think that most of these people genuinely are like in super fucking dire straits. There is either political instability or fucking drug cartel shit going on in their country, right? Economic instability, if you're looking at, and gang activity, actually, if you're looking at places like Haiti, right? And they're coming over here because they legitimately like probably do need to get the fuck out of their country. Maybe they don't meet like the UN definition of an asylum seeker, but I don't much care for that. Like, I don't care about that much, I guess. Now, don't join the caravan of people and then bitch it takes a bit to process a fucking caravan. It's not that it takes a bit to process a fucking caravan. It's that the normal process, even for people who are coming here from like Europe, even for people that are coming here from, you know, any country that we don't have a land border with, I guess, right? Or Haiti. Coming here and getting a green card or getting a temporary visa or a work visa or something like that can take years. It can be really, really but fucking difficult unless you have directly someone in the United States that can like financially support you, that promises to financially support you, that is a citizen of the United States, or like some corporation that's going to hire you and can get you that like HB, or like not HB. What is it? The something one visas. What are those called? The oh fuck, I can't remember. It's like HB1 visa or something like that. But it takes fucking forever to do all that. At least based off of all the shit that we've read in the past couple of days, right? If there was some sort of streamlined process, right? We could process through all these people, and we could hire more immigration judges that could so now that they've been processed, they've been given a temporary work visa, right, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then we have more judges that can hear through these cases, more, Border Patrol agents that are like going through the paperwork and say, hey, you qualify for asylum. Hey, you don't qualify for asylum and you need to get the fuck out. Something like that. Like, that seems to be the only solution. It seems to be the only solution.
So let's grow the work visa categories and connect people wanting to work with employers who need those workers. But again, these are the types of thoughtful solutions that we don't hear at the table in these negotiations. Another thing that's been lost in the shuffle here is any sort of relief for dreamers, for essential workers, for farm workers who are already here contributing to the economy, contributing to the security of our nation.
Yeah, I mean, the 11 million plus that have been vetted in so many ways by being here and participating in our economy, with many with U.S.-born children, and the dreamers, to at least 750,000 people who are being completely ignored on this. But Senator, you're talking about some of those kind of outside influences. Donald Trump is looking to torpedo any agreement. And it seems like a number of House and Senate Republicans are following his lead.
And Jose, so there you have it. Have Republicans been genuine all along or not? Because you can't have it both ways. You can't say that what we have at the border is a crisis and we have an urgent need to act, and then publicly say that, well, let's wait till November and see how the election goes to try to do something about it. You can't have it both ways, where Senate Republicans, some, want to make sure that Secretary Malpass is in the room helping negotiate and craft a deal, where in the House, they're moving to impeach him. You can't have it both ways, and it seems like increasingly Republicans are just playing political games. In the prior segment, you had what's happening in Texas with Governor Abbott literally deploying state guards to keep federal officials from doing their job and securing the border. So all they want is chaos. They're certainly creating a whole lot of it, but let's not let them get away with it.
Yeah, as the Eagle Pass representative talked about, it's a political show, and unfortunately, in political shows, the people that aren't benefiting.
Is it an F1 visa? Right, but that's what I was saying. Like, the F1 visa is the exception, because usually you have a company or a corporation that has a certain amount of these either allotted to them, or is F1 a student? Okay, student might be different. I'm talking about like work visas, right? I don't. Fuck. What is the Fuck, there was like a special kind that they wanted to, that Trump was saying that we should revoke all of them. And it was like every single fucking tech company in the entire United States was like, oh, no, you don't. We need these people from India, dude. We have so many people here from India. They're running our shit. We cannot send all these people back. Well, which one? I don't remember. 1 second. Let me see if I can find. Fuck. I just want to stop coughing, guys. I think it's H-1B visa. Yes, to work in a specialty occupation requires a higher education degree or its equivalent. Yeah, it's H-1B visas. And there's a lot of those in the tech sectors. What is O? They say they want a wall, but have they considered this? True. Why are we going to build a wall? They're just going to send a giant Mexican over it.
It's a tight
Yeah. The H-1B visa is the one that I was referencing when it was the when I'm talking about like a company that is advocating for you to get this visa so that they can bring you in as a worker, right? Like those people, those are usually, I don't know if they're hard or easy to get for the individual or for the company or whatever, but it's at least easier than whatever the fuck is going on at the border, right? Like there's got to be, are these temporary worker visas? Let's see. Okay. We should probably increase these with This is like what I would say. I would say, like, if they come in, we say, okay, you're applying for this. Here is this temporary visa, right? It's going to expire at this date. 1 month before that date where it expires, you have this court date. If you don't show up for your thing, you are going to be deported without any, recourse, right? But so you have to show up for this. I would be like, I think I'd be fine with that, right? But the fact that we have so many people in here that are coming over, like, man, if we talk to the if we talk to them, then they're just going to like kick us out or whatever the fuck their thought process is. It's probably something that's going to make it more likely that people are going to try and skirt around it when we can incentivize them to go through the process that is that's being revamped, right? That can process more people with an actual possibility of a positive outcome for them, right? Yeah, they will get kicked out for not following the process. Yeah, and see, like, at that point, I'm fine, right? But all this like cope about like, we'll just keep them out, bro. Like, oh wow, we haven't tried that one before, right? Oh, just deport them, bro. Oh, okay. So they'll just cross right back over. You can't make an impenetrable wall across the entire, what, like 1,500 mile. How long is the southern border? USA. Oh, almost 2,000 miles. Like, you're not going to make an impenetrable fucking wall that long. Like, we're the United States and we can do a lot of really fucking cool things and we can do all sorts of like crazy shit with technology and stuff. Like, that is an unfeasible task, it feels like. Like, if they miss court and hunker down, there isn't a shot, they will tell police. I am sure that there's things that we can do. No. It's not I'm not making an argument about the maintenance, right? It's like, see, you've played RTS games before, right? Let's say you have. Okay, that's definitely not the. That is not the tool I want to use here. Here, we'll just. Okay, let's say in scenario A, you have a border like this, right? And you have all this right here, right? And let's say that you have 5,000 resources. Plat StarCraft player, right? Actually, I've never played StarCraft. I can't speak to. I don't know if StarCraft works like the RTSs that I played. But let's say like you have 5,000 resources and you have this entire border, right? Now let's say that there's some like let's say there's some like rough terrain right here, right? Rough terrain here, but it's like pretty open right there, and then maybe like right over here there's a little bit more rough terrain. So like, okay, well, what can we do here? Well, we can set up some like checkpoints, right? And we can do one right here. We can do one right here. We can do one. Try and do one. I'm trying to. Here, this is what I can do. I can move my OBS over here so I can actually see what you guys can see. So we got a checkpoint there and here. We don't really have to pay as much attention here or here because there's rough terrain. So at least like we can send more resources down there when, dudes are coming up from below, right? So the natural way that the terrain is, it kind of funnels people into going here and here, right? And if they do decide to come in through here, then we'll have enough time to send our own resources down here, right? But like alternatively, in a like RTS game, let's say that you have like you have this border, but there's like a fucking mountain range right here and a mountain range right here, right? You don't have to defend this at all, right? You don't have to defend this at all. Kind of the same thing, but these are impassable, right? Whereas the last one, it was just like a little bit more difficult. Now, the less difficult that it gets to cross over that border, the more resources that you're going to have to assign to the entire length of the border, right? No, as a Zerg player, I let them flood into no man's zone, having them dwindle in supplies and exhaustion. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, you can create choke points, right? You can use the natural, terrain to your advantage. But like the longer it gets, the more resources that you're going to have to apply to the entirety of that border. And our southern border, believe it or not, I think there's like what, 1 or 2 places where it's like extremely hazardous terrain to like walk on. I'm always worried when I click on Google Maps, it's going to immediately dox me. Oh, let's zoom out away from Houston. Not going to get me today. Yeah, so I think let's do satellite. I think like the hardest place would probably be like right here. Although this is where the cartels go because they don't think that anyone's going to like defend over here. Big Bend National Park, I think. Right. But like all right here, it's not really like all that mountainous or all that like difficult to walk across. It's just, kind of arid plains, right? Tropical over here. Not really hard to walk along, especially once you get over that mountain range right there, right? When you get over here, it's like deserty, but it's not like it's hard to walk across. So you're going to have to devote a fuckload of resources along that entire fucking border because there's just simply not that many choke points that you can stop them at, right? We should just annex Mexico? Hey, based. So does that make sense? Like, that's why it's not so much the maintenance cost. It's the amount of resources that you're going to have to continually pour onto it just to surveil and defend the border in the way that it seems like conservatives want to. And that seems super fucking unfeasible to me. Which is why it's like, yeah, I'll concede. We can do some stuff at the border, and I'm totally fine with that. Mexicali is a city? Huh. Landmines? No, we're not doing landmines. I mean, we could like if we want to go like full meme mode, we could just like every 50 yards put a 50 cal fucking auto turret along our southern border. But it also seems just unfeasible. We can do all these different arguments about what we can and can't do and all that shit. But like at the end of the day, like I would like to actually find a solution that works long term, that is acceptable to everyone involved, right? That actually solves the problem. I understand why conservatives want a wall. There's a problem on our southern border. Yeah, I understand it. That's what we've been talking about. There's a lot of concessions I'll make, right? Even ones that I think are fucking stupid. I'll make some concessions to make conservatives happy. But like, y'all are going to have to concede to us too that most of the resources are going to have to go into the actual process, not just like, oh, well, let's give them visas and then just let them loose and then and just never fucking do anything again, right? Issue is I don't really see an answer to people illegally entering the country, especially when we would deny them or they are not allowed in. This is how you do it, I think. And I could be pushed on this, but like the past couple of days of me thinking about it, this is where I'm at. We lower the bar significantly for who we would let into the country, not on like security grounds, obviously. Like if they're a security threat or if they're like a fucking felon or some shit like that, yeah, of course. Like send them back, get them out, of course. But if it's like, Jose from Durango down here, okay, and he just wants to come up here because he wants to work at fucking HEB in Texas, fuck it. Actually, mine's wasn't meme mode. What do you think we're doing in Ukraine? Okay. You know what I mean. But yeah, like I think that we could lower it and then give them the work visa, have them have this hearing and like start a process for becoming a US citizen. And then they like pay into the tax system. And then like at that point, what is the issue? How would you stop one group from entering and allow another? You would probably loosen up restrictions on the legal route and then impose stricter restrictions if they want to cross illegally. It's like, hey, we are totally fine with you guys coming over, but you're going to do it our way. And if you do it the other way, if you decide to play by your own rules, then you're going to get fucked. But you can't restrict it on both ends and then say like, oh, well, this will stop them. Because I don't think anything is going to stop this, right? I just don't think that I don't think that there's any set of policies that we can do short of like, getting rid of the governments of Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, fucking Costa Rica, fucking Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, fucking Ecuador. Short of like cooing, replacing all of the governments of these countries and then personally administrating to them with an iron fist while we rebuild their economies so that people don't want to leave. I don't think that we're going to stop people trying to get the fuck out of this like fucked ass area of the world and try and come to the United States. No, it's inherently unstoppable, just like crime. We don't go, fuck it, there will always be crime and get rid of the police. Wait, but hold on. See, there's no fucking possible way that you have heard the things that I've just said and thought, Sond is making a let's just get rid of the police argument. There's no way you're hearing that from what I'm saying right here. If we want there to be people, this is the thing. We're saying that we want people to go through the legal process, but then we're not incentivizing people to go through the process because you're more incentivized to break the law than to follow the law. We should incentivize the legal process and disincentivize the illegal process. One sec, switching to keyboard? Okay, I'll wait for you. Like, that's all I'm saying. Incentivize the legal process so that we can keep track of these people. And if they are, going to be a positive contribution to our country, fuck it, let them in, give them a fucking social security code, and then fucking have them pay taxes. I could be pushed on this, but it would require like some sort of like actual response to this that isn't like, oh, well, just LOL, deport them. LOL, build a wall. LOL, put the fucking military along a fucking 2,000-mile long fucking border and expect us to like reduce it in some way. Because again, like we went over this like 2 streams ago, we do have an international legal obligation to hear out asylum claims. And if they don't think that the legal process of just like legally immigrating to the United States is going to work, then they're going to try and do the amnesty thing, right? Or the Oh my God. Holy shit. I just said the fucking word. Not amnesty. Asylum thing. Here's what we do with migrants.
The European Union agreed on Wednesday on new rules designed to share out the cost and work of hosting migrants more evenly and to limit the numbers of people coming in. The deal is being hailed as a breakthrough after almost a decade of bitter...
Also, I will say this, like, if we were in Europe and the same thing was happening, I would have very different arguments of what we should do, because European countries... Fuck me. European countries don't seem to be able to assimilate people from other countries, especially other countries with different cultures, very easily. The United States, we're really good at that. I don't know what it is about our culture or our system or whatever, but we're really good at assimilating people from all sorts of different cultures and religions and yada, 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 yada. People who migrate with the goal of establishing a caliphate should be absolutely immediately deported. I don't know how you would be able to establish a caliphate in the United States or in Europe for that matter, but...
to feuds on the issue. European Commission Vice President Margaritis Schinas.
We do have the agreement on this holistic European framework. This is a proud testament to the fact that Europe can deliver solutions on issues.
Germany has successfully integrated Syrians. Oh, okay. I had heard the opposite, that basically I know that France is particularly bad in this. But I thought that like across Europe, they're like pretty bad at integrating people into their culture, or having like cultures kind of enmesh in a positive way. Like the United States, bro, I live in Houston, Texas. There's going to be fucking Mexican shit fucking everywhere, but I don't feel like I'm in Mexico. I feel like I'm in America and there's a lot of Mexican food and shit around, you know?
Issues that matter to the many. And this is the case on migration.
The new pact on migration and asylum should start taking effect next year. The bloc aims to spread more evenly the task of caring for arriving refugees and migrants. The EU is expected to accommodate 30,000 people per year in its joint migration system at any given time. So each country will be assigned a share of that. It will be calculated on factors including a country's GDP and population, and the number of irregular migrant border crossings, including sea rescue operations. Countries unwilling to take people in would instead be able to help their peers through equipment, personnel, or cash.
What about electric eels and jellyfish? You know what? Yeah, we should just salinate the entire Rio Grande and put electric eels and jellyfish in there. That would be based as fuck. All right, I agree with Bryce.
At least 20,000 euros per person a year. The agreement would introduce a new speedy border procedure for those deemed unlikely to win asylum, preventing them from lingering inside the bloc for years. Their claims would be dealt within a maximum of 12 weeks, and, if rejected, they should be returned to their home countries within a further 12 weeks. That mechanism would apply to all those deemed dangerous, uncooperative, or coming from countries with low asylum recognition rates in the EU, like India, Tunisia and Turkey. EU countries could also apply the speedy procedure to people picked up in the sea, trying to get in illegally, or filing for asylum at a...
It makes more sense for these migrants to be sent to other Arab countries. I think that the immigration issues in Europe and in the United States are significantly different. It would be like saying it would be it would make way more sense to send, the Nicaraguans to Honduras than to have them come to the United States. You're going from like the frying pan into the fire at that point. Like there's no, if you're running away from, X reason and that other country has the exact same issue, they're just going to run from there too. Did I see the article that you linked? No, but I'll look at that in a second. God, my fucking throat is so dry. One sec, I gotta mute because I have to cough really quick. Fuck me. Wait a second. Can someone explain to me? Like, it says video shows 12-year-old girl go to extreme lengths to save her pet guinea pig from a large snake. Can we find that article? Oh, well, it's gone forever. Fuck. Someone find me this, okay? Someone find me that video. I want to see. What were you doing? Okay, here we are. Let's finish this off.
The country's border rather than in advance. Before eventually agreeing, Italy and Greece voiced concerns about the workability of the new system, especially as some states refuse to host people. The southern countries worry about being overwhelmed, especially...
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find the one about how New Mexico schools had to shut down because a flood of illegals were hopping the fence and crossing school grounds. Yeah, obviously. I don't think that that's fucking good, Sieg. Obviously, we have a fucking problem at the fucking border. Wait, hold on. Can I... Okay. Oh, I thought it was funny. I think it's so bad. Like, I'm so conflicted on everything about this, you know? I'm so conflicted about so many different aspects of it. But, like, something has to be done. We've known that for fucking years. I've said that for years. The caravans are bad. But, like, fuck, what do we do about it? And there's a lot of things that I'm willing... this is what I'm actually curious. Is my point coherent enough for anybody in chat to be able to, like, summarize what my stance is so far on the... on the immigration thing? Swung huge snake like a hammer throw to save her guinea pig. That's so fucking based. Oh no, the guinea pig's on it! No! 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 I think that hurt the guinea pig more than the snake, dude. Uncontrolled immigration bad, but people need help. We need a good way to help people. I'm trying to have a position that is less like, because yeah, obviously these people need it suddenly seems way less heroic. One second, just one more time. That poor fucking guinea pig is going on the ride of his life, dude. Okay, I'm gonna shut it off. It's because I, of course, agree we need a good way to help people, but that's never going to, it's never going to convince conservatives that just see waves of fucking immigration that they think is destroying the fucking economy, that they think is bringing in, like all these drugs to kill all real Americans and all this shit, right? We can't be expected to help the whole world. See, antenna cactus, freshly conservative person, not going to be convinced by helping people, right? It's about what is the most efficient and the like best way to actually solve the issue, right? That's what my point is. And it just seems like on one hand we have the let's arm as many fucking people at the border with fucking AR-15s and incendiary 5.56 rounds as possible to fucking, tag every single fucking brown person that crosses the border with tracer fire side. And then on the other side, we have the, ooh, woo, just open the borders. What are you, scared of brown sides of the argument, it seems. It's like, both of these people are retarded. All I know is that your stance is probably based. Yeah, I'm always based. I'm always correct. But here, the problem is, it's not even that I think I'm more correct than other people. It's just that I think that I have a better grasp of the issue, even though I'm so fucking lost. Even though I feel lost, while doing research on it, I have a better grasp of what the issue is and where the inefficiencies lie. But I don't have a solution necessarily. I just don't know. I like to think of the border like a game of balloons tower defense. Yeah, see? If only things were that easy.
As complex solidarity schemes take time to kick in. States
Bro,
further
you're
from
hitting a
blocked
rock with your
borders also
boat.
tend to drag their feet on admitting arrivals. Another challenge is keeping close tabs on the movement of people once they get inside Europe's free travel zone. Rights groups said the scheme risks creating overcrowded migrant camps on the edge of the EU and the extended detention of minors.
Also, like the tent city shit probably needs to be God, I would love to talk to someone that has a lot of knowledge on this shit. I just don't know, because I feel like everyone's gonna have like one of the two retard positions at the end of the day when they know a lot about it. Like, I feel like the more you know about it, the less likely I want to hear what your opinion is. But then I also don't want to hear the opinions of fucking retards on the internet. I just don't know. I don't know who to talk to. And I also don't know anyone that I feel it has a lot of information and experience in the on the topic, you know?
And the extended detention of minors, adding that it's focusing on keeping people away rather than helping those in need. Separately, Poland has refused to take in any of the mainly Muslim arrivals, though it has given shelter to millions of Ukrainians fleeing Russia's war.
What if they're flooding in faster than we can build, LOL. What if we, in places like Eagle Pass, right? Where is Eagle Pass? Somewhere around here. Oh shit, where the fuck is Eagle Pass? Yeah. What if we, in places like Eagle Pass, do they have a population was 28,000? What if over here we opened up like 18 factories, right? What if we like built like 18 factories and we're like, okay, you have work, you're going to have, the ability to buy food, et cetera, et cetera. We have like a tent city. And then once like you are gainfully employed, we can get you into like Section 8 housing, right? And then what if we built just like, this is the illegal immigrant place. If you guys want to come into the United States on an expedited path, you can come here and you can work in these fucking factories. Fuck. China has entered the chat. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, you have, as soon as you get your H1 or not H1 visa, whatever the fuck, H2 and H2A and H2B visas, once you get those things, guess what? You have a 6-month like ticking time bomb to your deportation. And it is now, time for you to like build your case for your asylum claim or for your claim to become a U.S. citizen or whatever the fuck, et cetera, right? We can also ship them in by rail. Yeah. I'm just making jokes, but like, Man, there's got to be something that's more efficient. Also, are these just like a bunch of like tiny little... What is the geography over here? Just a bunch of tiny little estuaries? Is that what you would call these? Off of the Rio Grande? Bro, why is that side so much darker than this side? Damn, even Google puts the sepia filter on fucking Mexico. Dude. They put the sepia filter on Mexico right below our border right there, dude. Oh, they decided to stop that there. Why are these just like giant circles? Okay, I need to stop focusing on this. Where did Eagle Pass go? You can make them build new AR-15s? Yeah, based. Circles are farmland? Why do they have to make them into circles? Out of curiosity. That's a crop circle. Those are aliens, dude. Nitrogen fertilizer is why? Oh, okay. Schools scramble to respond to an influx of migrant students. On the front lines of the migrant crisis as children coming with their families across the U.S.-Mexican border enter classrooms. Education officials tell Axios that they are trying to enforce vaccination requirements, find classroom space, change bus routes, and hire more bilingual teachers to meet the needs of thousands of students who have survived traumatizing migration journeys. Yeah, when I was teaching at schools as a sub, there was a bunch of classrooms that were bilingual, and usually they try to. There's like one class in every school that is like third graders, fourth graders, and fifth graders who don't speak English, and then there's like a combined kindergarten, first and second grade class that are all, Spanish speakers. And then they try to move them into a bilingual classroom by the time they hit third grade. Oh, yeah, but they're probably less prepared for that up in Chicago. As well as to more preschoolers. Maybe we could create a new kind of visa that is specifically for people coming in over the southern border in this way. That has like a whole bunch of like new stipulations on it or something. I don't know. God damn, we need like a solution, but like nobody actually wants to find a solution. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Texas border crisis. Let's see what Andrew Callahan has to say about this.
Estamos en una ciudad que se llama Eagle Pass, una ciudad en Texas muy cerca a la frontera.
In our previous episode, we were in Arizona, in Gringo Pass, covering the border situation there. But in the grand scheme of human traffic, Gringo Pass is small potatoes compared to Eagle Pass.
In the past couple of years, or past couple months, Eagle Pass has kind of been...
One second. You think your border is bad? Check Turkey-Greece border. Jesus fuck. See, this is what we probably should not. Okay? This is what we should not do. All right? I'm sorry. I was watching the action. What? Dude, at that point, just like, why would you fight at that point? I'm sorry. Like, if you have your kid in your arms and there's like cops beating the shit out of people right next to you, just like fucking give up. Don't put your kid through that. You know? New Biden ad on Truth Social hits confused Trump. Fuck, I hate clicking on MSNBC things on YouTube because it feeds more of it into my algorithm. But sometimes their video titles are just so juicy.
Campaign seems to be sharpening its attacks against Donald Trump's mental capabilities, and they called him out on his own turf yesterday. The Biden HQ account posted a video to Truth Social, the former president's fledgling site there, in which they tagged Trump. And have you seen this new ad?
Donald Trump is truly confused. Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. They don't want to talk about that.
He didn't just get me confused. He mentioned it over and over and over again. Yeah. He's not what he was in 2016. He has declined. That's a fact.
I mean, we won last time. We won 50 states, right?
This is not Donald Trump of 2016, guys.
What? What is?
If he's off the teleprompter, he can barely keep a cogent thought. I mean, that's just fact.
We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on.
I think he's declining.
What?
He can barely keep a cogent thought. I mean, that's just fact.
We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on.
I think he's declining.
Man, you know what? This is what I should do. If I want to get 1 million fucking views on YouTube tomorrow, go through every speech that Trump has given in the past like 6 months and just get every clip of him speaking like this, just fucking stream of consciousness, and clip those together into like a, minute and a half, 2 minute, if we're able to fit them into that amount of time, squeeze it into 2. I'd get 1.5 million views tomorrow. Another thing that would be really funny to do. You guys know those? Have you guys ever seen the MF Doom rhyme highlighted? Where there's one train of thought and then change the color of the highlight when there's a complete shift in the train of thought mid-sentence. God, can you imagine the Technicolor dream code of fucking speeches that we could make out of that, dude? That would be fucking crazy. I think that would be really fun to do, but I would never do it because I don't have the... Ending white privilege. Jewish Americans make up 2% of the population. 44% of these Jewish Americans are in the top 1%. Jesus. If there were 1,000 people in the United States, 10 of them would be in the top 1%. 20 of them would be Jewish. Wait. Oh, okay. I was like, how are there 20 Jews in the top 1% if there's only 10? Okay, I got it. Ending white privilege starts with ending Jewish privilege. God, lefty fucking JQ. Okay, what were you doing? Oh.
Stumbled and mumbled purposely.
I do speak in long, complex sentences, and I have a lot of material in each sentence.
You have voter ID to buy a loaf of bread. You have ID to buy a loaf of bread.
Have you noticed? He's a little confused these days.
A person close to Trump actually says that he's rattled by Biden's efforts to get under his skin.
Bro, I would love to be a fly on the wall of like someone showing Donald Trump a Biden attack ad like that. Can you imagine how fucking fun that would be to watch the fucking meltdown?
A little dark Brandon there at the end. For more on the 2024 campaign trail, let's bring in politics editor for Bloomberg, Laura Davison. So, Laura.
Allegedly, that is being taught in Illinois, according to Wikicord. Reply to that and tag me in the reply so that I can see that, Nair.
I mean, this is the Biden team's efforts to turn what they, many people thought was a vulnerability, the president's own age, into perhaps a strength, highlighting that Donald Trump is been, shall we say, prone to misstatement of late. But it's more than just that. It does seem like it's a piece of a larger strategy to really, over the last few weeks, ramp up the attacks on Trump, try to get under his skin, and really draw the contrast between the two men who likely are facing off in November.
Yeah, and this is one of the advantages, if you're the Biden campaign, of Trump having to run in a primary race. If they're able to use Nikki Haley's words saying, look, it's not just Democrats that say that Trump is on decline. It's members of his own party. And he had a very public gaffe in New Hampshire a couple weeks ago where he mixed up Nikki Haley and Nancy Pelosi, which sort of really illustrated the point of that Democrats have been trying to make. And it also helps distract from the attacks that Trump has been making and blunt those attacks on Biden's age. So it's kind of saying, look, both men are old, would be, a historically old president. So let's move on and fight on a different issue.
Yeah, no, you make a great point there about the importance of a Republican voice making these attacks to Republican audiences. Perhaps a Fox News viewer who would never listen to Joe Biden say the same thing. But you mentioned, we're talking about Haley. Some FEC reports are out, some fundraising deadlines and results are out. And her super PAC entered 2024 with just $3.5 million on hand. Her campaign has said they've been doing well in recent weeks, but campaigns usually end when they run out of money. What's the fear here that Haley and her supporters may soon do just that?
So Haley, for her, money isn't the problem. It's voter support right now. She has the backing of major Republican billionaires, Ken Griffin, Paul Singer, and she's been raising a lot of money. She's been spending a lot of money. So we saw her end the year with not a lot, but she was in New York yesterday and South Florida, also doing a bunch of fundraisers with, the biggest names on Wall Street. And Koch brothers are continuing to also fund her as well. So the issue is not necessarily will she have money, but will she be able to, make the case to voters of, look, I have a chance to become the nominee. That path is becoming very, very narrow. And, you see donors already saying, looks like Trump is going to be the nominee. Maybe I go ahead and throw a couple $1 million his way.
The Biden team was pleased with their fundraising haul last night. So we just heard Congresswoman Dingell talk about Michigan, her home state, and really offering a pretty blunt warning to the Biden team, saying this is going to be really close. You can't just count on Michigan going blue. And Bloomberg, I know, had a series of swing state polls released yesterday, which showed Donald Trump up in all of them. Now, some of the margins are pretty small, and we should, of course, note it's only February 1st. There's a lot to happen between now and November, but it's a snapshot of where the race is right now, and it shows a really tight one and maybe even slightly edge Trump in these places. Walk us through some of it.
Yeah, so
I think that anybody that's looking at national polls of Biden versus Trump right now are fucking crazy. Like, think of the 2016 polls of Hillary versus Trump. Think of the 2020 polls of Bernie versus Trump, right? Fuck. Like, I just don't know if we should put too much stock into polls this far out from the election.
Every of the 7 swing states that we looked at, Trump is ahead. And if you look at the trend, we've been doing this for several months now. things keep going in Trump's favor. So that is a big warning sign to the Biden campaign that in the places that are going to decide the race, that Biden is not particularly popular. There is, however, one bright side for the Biden campaign, is that is Trump's legal risks. This poll did show that more than half of voters, about 53%, would not vote for Trump if he were convicted of a crime. You know, that's a whole different question of will Trump if he were legal risks. This poll did show that more than half of voters, about 53%, would not vote for Trump if he were convicted of a crime. You know, that's a whole different question of will any of the cases that he's facing get to a conviction before Election Day. But that's one thing that the Trump campaign certainly is watching closely on. You know, how does his legal status affect what voters in swing states think?
And we're certainly waiting for the federal appeals court here in Washington to issue a ruling on presidential immunity, which could start shaping some of those questions. That could come any day now. Polls are close. Really interesting. We thank you for bringing them to us.
Man, also the presidential immunity thing, like even Trump's team doesn't think that's going to work. They just are trying to delay it as long as possible. Okay, it's not being taught. It's being... Jesus. Found Tuesday and Wednesday in different locations claim in bold letters that ending white privilege starts with ending Jewish privilege. Citing survey data, the flyers then claim that 44% of Jewish Americans are in the 1%. Is the 1% straight white men or is the 1% Jewish? Oh, man. It says Goyim not to scale. Wait, did I miss that? Oh my God, it says Goyim not to scale, guys. That's so fucking ridiculous. Okay. Okay, one second. I'm just gonna... we found the source is handing out that someone is handing out these flyers. I'm pretty sure them pointing out it's not straight white men, but Jews who rule the world, points towards Nazi doing this one. Is it nothing burger? Yeah, it seems like Nazis. Like if you're having like, is the 1% straight white men? Yeah. Alrighty, got you. Oh man, I don't know if I want to watch this guy. Fuck off. Okay, so they took him down. Got it. Your governor saying Biden should be more like Putin? No.
We have more people coming across our border every single day than what New York gets in a week or a month.
Far left or far right? I mean, if they're saying like, is it the 1% straight white men or is it the 1% Jewish flyer? Right? Like that makes me think, okay, these are white nationalists, Nazis, you know.
And
What's that?
More people coming across our border every single day than what New York gets in a week or a month. And so it's outrageous that they're saying that they cannot deal with this. But the last point, Dana, is the fact that there's only one reason why this is happening. And that's because Joe Biden has eliminated all of the 4 policies that Donald Trump put in place that led to the lowest illegal border crossings in 40 years. If only President had been dealing with real internal problems and not trying to play with Putin, from whom he needs to learn how to work for national interests, then everything would have been different. he needs to follow immigration laws. And if the Biden administration was...
Can someone explain to me what we're supposed to learn from Putin here? Like, obviously, Abbott did. Because, like Putin, Abbott is sending all of the migrants to other places for a political statement, right? Hybrid warfare that Putin uses, where he gets, Syrian refugees and African refugees that make their way to Russia and then sends them up to fucking Finland, right? To freeze to death on their border. Like, he has learned well from Putin,
enforcing the immigration laws passed by Congress, the mayor...
Also, Putin is not working in his own national interest at this point. Like, fuck, dude.
Of New York, the leaders of...
You know what? Yeah, Biden should learn from Putin. We should invade Mexico against the wishes of the entire international community, get sanctioned to hell and back, ruin our economy, and draft everyone from the ages of 17 to fucking 65 that is a man and is capable of holding a rusty fucking, Soviet era fucking rifle, and send them to die in a meat grinder of every single fucking country's in the world's weaponry versus us. Like, yeah, we should definitely learn from Putin.
New Jersey and Chicago, etc., they would not be having these problems. We have...
I fucking hate... I hate this. I hate this timeline. It would halt illegal immigration. Hey, Sig, you know what? Me and you will be fighting side by side in the trenches. All right, in the trenches of Sierra. Oh fuck! I don't know any areas of Mexico. We'll be fighting in the trenches in Chihuahua. Okay, or whatever the fuck the. Oh shit! I don't know any of the fucking areas names in fucking Mexico. Fuck. Yeah, we're going to be outside the fucking outskirts of Monterey, okay? That's where... Okay, I'm done. I've ruined the meme because I don't know any of the fucking areas in fucking Mexico. God, I want to stop coughing. I'm so fucking tired of coughing.
A new poll paints a bleak picture for Nikki Haley in her home state. Nearly 6 in 10 potential South Carolina Republican primary voters say they will vote for Donald Trump over Haley in the state's upcoming presidential primary. That's according to a Monmouth University Washington Post poll. The result comes as Haley kicks off a multi-day swing around that state. That's where CNN's Kylie Atwood is in beautiful Hilton Head. What are you hearing from the campaign about what she is going to try to do to turn that around?
Yeah, well, listen, the campaign isn't saying much, unsurprisingly, about that poll today, because obviously, if it is an accurate marker of this moment in time, it demonstrates that Nikki Haley has quite a bit of ground to make up here in South Carolina, trailing former President Trump in that Washington Post poll by 26 points. And of course, it's important that they point out that she's going to get in front of voters. She's going to be doing a lot of events here in South Carolina. I also want to note that it comes after a few days that she's been focused on fundraising. Dana, we know she was in New York, she was in Florida, and that is critical as well to her campaign.
Here's Trump's hilarity from 2023. Oh, okay, we'll watch this.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
Former President Donald Trump, he's only 3 years younger than President Biden. But it's an issue for voters, President Biden's age. And Donald Trump has gone right ahead mocking the current president over it.
So he's totally incoherent. And he goes, thank you.
You know, like, the only person that I've ever thought was, like, really funny at making fun of Biden was... Oh, fuck. I think this is it.
I miss it. I miss the speeches with Trump. You remember that? We used to get 5 speeches a day when he was in office. Anytime you turn on the TV, that guy was giving another fucking speech. Live, dude. Be in front of a helicopter, screaming, calling a lady a lesbian or something. This is gonna be a tough one to defend at work. But I'm gonna. Now it's sad. Now with Biden, we get like 1 speech every 3 months. And it's hard. He's like falls and shit. It's hard to watch. It's sad. I'm rooting for the guy. Obviously, I want things to go well. But it's hard to watch him do anything. Anytime I watch Biden do anything, I get the same feeling as like, you ever go to a friend's house and they have like a 16-year-old dog and it walks in the room? And you gotta do that whole like, oh, hey, there he is. Just look at him, he's looking great. My favorite thing about Biden is anytime Biden finishes a speech, he transforms into a Roomba. I miss it. I miss the speeches with Trump. You remember that?
See, that's the funny shit. Fuck. Give me 1 second. I have to.
The shipping of people to other states. It.
Fuck. I don't even know what I did with my playlist I was playing earlier. Here, listen to Super Mario Jazz for like 3 seconds while I take care of my cats. Gotta let him out of the room. Okay, what were we about to do? Okay, let's listen to the Donald Trump gaffes. And then we'll... Fuck. Listen, I appreciate the... I always love it when people post stuff in the content suggestions here. I love it. I hate reacting to Tim Pool, dude. I hate reacting to him. There's just like so little to say about the stupid, retarded shit that he constantly says. I just don't have anything to say about it because it's so like on its face stupid and so dense with little fake facts. I just don't even know what to fucking say.
Okay, here's the thing though. Trump himself, not immune to making mistakes that could be attributed to his age.
Well, thank you very much, and a very big hello to a place where we've done very well, Sioux Falls. Thank you very much, Sioux Falls. So, Sioux City, let me ask you. You know, I was very honored as a man. Victor Orban. Did anyone ever hear of him? He's probably like one of the...
Really, if anything, that's on the people who were supposed to be, you know, whispering in Trump's ear from the beginning. You're supposed to have like a little earpiece in your ear, tell you, hey, by the way, before you say thank you, you know, New York, we're actually in Amsterdam or some shit like that, right? Like that's what they do for rock stars. They have a little person that talks into their little earpiece and says, hey, we're in Dallas. All right. We're not in Detroit. We're in Dallas. Remember, Dallas, not Detroit, right before they're supposed to do their little thing.
Strongest leaders anywhere in the world. And he's the leader of, right? He's the leader of Turkey.
Notably, Viktor Orban, not the leader of Turkey. He is the prime minister of Hungary.
A quick story. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter like a lot, do you? So much more exciting. So much more. But the head of Hungary, a very tough, strong guy, Viktor Orban. Did anybody ever hear of him? Probably, you know, considered very powerful within his country and outside of his country. Not exactly loved by some of the European nations because he does his thing. He didn't allow millions of people to invade his country. He allowed nobody to invade. Zero. He had nobody. So he doesn't have crime and he doesn't have the problems that they're having in other countries where millions of people are allowed to go in. But they were interviewing him 2 weeks ago and they said, what would you advise President Obama? The whole world seems to be exploding and imploding. And he said, it's very simple. He should immediately resign and they should replace him with President Trump, who kept the world safe. And I'm not just talking the United States. China respected him. Russia respected him. North Korea respected him. And he used another word other than respect, who he said fear.
Man, it's really fucking wild that so many of the world's retards all seem to respect each other. Isn't that a little bit wild to you guys? That's like the internationally agreed upon retard core, like Viktor Orban, right? Putin. Who's the dude from North Korea? Kim Jong-un, right? Like all these people have such deep respect for each other, but they're literally all just like retards. Viktor Orban is just like, he's a European that hates gay people. And that's like that's what his politics are. And for some reason, we're supposed to take these people seriously. Viktor Orban is just like a European that is cucked to Russia. And that's what you can like guess about his entire like political life is just like, oh, he's the guy that's like the rest of the Europeans except for he likes to suck Putin's cock. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I don't want to use that word. Of course, it's probably better than respect if you get right down to it, right? But he said everybody was fine. We had none of these problems. You didn't have inflation. You didn't have these problems 3 years ago. And then you look at this. We had the greatest economy in history. Now we have a mess. You'll end up in the Great
Jeb
Depression.
is a mess.
And I'll tell you the one thing I don't want to be. I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. I always said, I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. And the way they're going with their stupid energy policies, you know, you pay the highest in this state. You pay the highest energy costs anywhere in the United States. You know that?
When President Trump arrived on stage...
I'm thrilled to be here.
Here wasn't where he first said he'd appear when he tweeted in the morning that he would be addressing the farm convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Love our farmers, love Tennessee, a great combination. Great, but wrong. The convention was in New Orleans, Louisiana. The tweet was deleted. Pesky geography. So many countries to get wrong twice.
Nambia's health system.
It took others to catch President Trump's mistake when he toured the fire-ravaged community of Paradise, California.
And what we saw at Pleasure, what a name right now.
Unfortunately, the wrong name.
Oh, we just left Pleasure. Paradise. For Paradise.
But there's one place no U.S. president could possibly mess up, right?
And God bless the United States.
Wait, how does he say it?
Possibly mess up, right?
And God bless the United States.
Should I get all the memes of Biden mispronouncing stuff or flat out giving incoherent or incomprehensible? Vodka Podka, why do you think we're watching this one? Because everyone's constantly pointing out that Biden's old and he's not fit for office, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, Trump is doing this shit fucking constantly too. He just does it with more energy and less intelligently. Like Biden's gaffes are like little misspeaks and shit like that. Trump's are like critical errors. Okay. So like, I'm just like, we're doing this to illustrate the point that both of these guys are old. You shouldn't be voting for one or the other because you think that, oh, well, Biden has mental decline or cognitive decline because he's old. So does this motherfucker, okay? Plus, he eats McDonald's every single fucking day. It's not like he's doing anything good for his fucking dementia, okay? America begin to be defined in one word. Oh, I probably have seen that clip. I don't know it off the top of my head. Sorry. Wait, you're a Whipcord mod, right? I didn't break a rule by simply saying that I was talking in the Discord, right? Because I know he doesn't like it. Oh, look at that! You responded to me in there. Because I know he doesn't like it when people show his Discord, so I just typed in there off screen. All right, ban me, bitch. Oh, you said I disagree because it's talking about ending white privilege, not saving the white race. But in reality, neither of us knows for sure. Okay, let me just let me explain to you why I would say it's a Nazi and not because yeah, they're saying ending white privilege. I don't know if you've ever heard of like a psyop. I am not one to like point out psyops unless I can be pretty sure that it is. And we've seen white nationalists do shit like that before, right? To try and say like, oh, well, it's actually not white people that are holding you down. It's actually those those Jews. What is this one supposed to be? Wait, what's going on? Oh. The title of this chapter of the video is quote unquote warm welcome. Okay, but I've never seen them talk about white supremacy as something that to be ended or even something that exists. Me and you have very different experiences of white nationalists. Like I am like, to be clear, I never call anything a fucking psyop or there's probably a better word for it than psyop, but like that gets across what I'm trying to the word that I'm actually trying to convey. Basically, they're using left-wing speech to deliver a right-wing or not right-wing Nazi message, right? I've seen that tons of times since I've started like looking at extremist politics and stuff like that. Oh, also, I had to, for my political science 3 or whatever class I'm in, whatever the name of the title of the class is, we had to talk about what our autistic special interest, for lack of a better term, like what is our special interest in politics, right? And mine is extremist politics. I'm very interested in looking at the extremes of both ends and the extremes of the middle, and how like the extremism of politics impacts people and how they operate and all that shit. And that was a really fun little 500-word essay to write. like detailing my experiences with looking into them in my private time, you know? Posadism? I've heard of Posadism, and I feel like we Googled it on stream one time, but I don't remember. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this like the alien one? Proletarian will destroy the bourgeois state. Yeah. Posadism attempts to introduce elements of UFOlogy into Marxist thought. Yeah. Isn't that so fucking based?
We start in Iowa, we go to New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, 1 second. They have like something to do. 1 second. Arguing that only communism can allow the development of interplanetary travel. That they conclude that visiting aliens from other planets must live in aliens that are visiting us from other planets must live in highly advanced communist societies and are bound to help Earth-based communists with bringing about the world revolution. Yeah, Posadists are fucking crazy, dude. Posadists are fucking insane.
We come down here. You know, the beauty was when I came here, everyone thought Bush was going to win. And then they took a poll and they found out Trump was up by about 50 points. Everyone said, what's going on right here? They thought Bush, because Bush supposedly was a military person. Great. You know what he was a military? He got us into the Middle East.
Is he talking about Jeb here?
In Iowa, we go to New Hampshire, we come down here. You know, the beauty was when I came here, everyone thought Bush was going to win. And then they took a poll and they found out
he was
Trump
talking
was
about
up
Jeb
by about
Bush.
50 points. Everyone said, what's going on right here? They thought Bush, because Bush supposedly was a military person. Great. You know what he was a military? He got us into the Middle East. How did that work out, right? But they all thought that Bush might win. Jeb. Remember Jeb? He used the word Jeb. He didn't use the word Bush. I said, you mean he's ashamed of the last name? And then they immediately started using the name Bush. Never forget it. We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Oh, it's painful.
Puerto Rico. We have a man who is totally corrupt and the worst president in the history of our country.
Okay, okay. I thought I had music playing in the background from like Nintendo music earlier. Okay, the video is just really horribly mixed.
We have a man who is totally corrupt and the worst president in the history of our country, who is cognitively impaired, in no condition to lead, and is now in charge of dealing with Russia and possible nuclear war. Just think of it. We would be...
Why are there two fucking songs playing at once? This is fucking dog shit, dude.
In World War II, their leading political opponent, and leading by a lot, including Obama. I'll tell you what, you take a look at Obama and take a look at some of the things that he's done. This is the same thing. The country is very divided. And we did with Obama. We won an election that everyone said couldn't be won. We want every American child to have access to pristine outdoor spaces. When young Americans experience the breathtaking beauty of the Grand Canyon, when their eyes widen in amazement as Old Faithful bursts into the sky, when they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias.
Yosemite. Okay. Fun meme video. Okay, let's see here. Anti-Yosemite, true. Uh-oh, Willie Mac Show made another Hassan video? I hadn't seen that.
Last time we saw Hassan,
now we got a video to watch.
Information, doubling down and demonizing anyone who corrected him.
IDF didn't bomb the hospital? Yes, it did! Yes, it did! You fucking piece of yes, it absolutely did. You title scumbag.
And since we called him out on all of this, it's put him in free fall. He's gone mask off on how he covers every geopolitical issue.
When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces.
He's had massive cope sessions while he's on vacation.
Baboon-brained idiot, unserious child, literally barely surviving due to modern medicine.
1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to figure something out. 1 second. You know what? This is what I'll do, because I'll have to. Where is go to my channel? You guys are gonna have to give me a second, because I have to make a phone call. I'll just throw on one of my recent videos.
You are pointing to a.
And I'll mute myself. Apologies. Give me like 5 minutes.
Lack of evidence as evidence.
Riot until 3 hours after.
No, we do know that Trump knew about the riot because it was all over the fucking news. It was, there were people, hold on. There were multiple staffers and aides and other people in his.
Long Trump takes a shit. I'm sure
We have statements, witness statements of people telling him that something needs to be done, and him stewing in the fucking like situation room. Are you free to rob a bank because you think they stole your money, and then you get a lawyer who's like tries to give you some sort of legal theory like, well, technically it's you know, we can claim self-defense. You're like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go rob this bank. You're gonna tell them that it was self-defense because they stole money from me. Do you think that would hold up in court because the lawyer said that you could possibly use
comparison? Because in this case we have like robbing a bank is in and of itself illegal because they're.
Do you think that overthrowing the government of the United States is illegal in and of itself?
I do stand by what I said about Trump not inciting election. Literally,
well, that's not what he's being charged.
Incited a couple of ignorances is not a riot.
Oh well, I would love to see any evidence for that, but until you can provide evidence of that, which you won't be able to, I don't think that you should bring up the insurrection or like inciting a riot stuff. If you want to talk about the things that he was actually charged with, we could do that.
Okay, we can talk about the things he's charged with. So why was he taken off the ballot?
That's not about what he was charged with. The 14th Amendment stuff, because according to the 14th Amendment, if you engage in insurrection, then you can, then you are ineligible as an officer of the United States to run for office.
But Trump most certainly did not engage in insurrection.
Well, that's why it's going to the Supreme Court right now.
Some feds egging on some ignoramuses.
Once again, you're
FBI.
Well, again, you're citing something that you have literally no basis.
I have absolute evidence for it, and the evidence against it is very thin. Like I saw this dude. Like I was
hold on. What is the evidence for it?
This guy on Twitch. He's a right-wing pundit. His name's, if you're feeling an interest on Twitch, he was telling me that like there were definitely feds at Gen 6, and they were egging on several ignorances to do it to frame Trump.
Okay, what was the evidence?
I mean, he was just saying that.
Okay, so he can just say that, and that's evidence enough for you, a Twitch streamer on the internet. Meanwhile, I've put in like enough hours into reading the indictments to know what exactly he has been charged with. I know at least a little bit about the 14th Amendment argument from the Colorado decision to understand what their argument is, but I mean, that's an open legal question.
How about this at the fact that on January 6th, a lot of the people there were pretty clearly mentally unstable, and you had police officers right next to the protesters, and so my theory is that a lot of those police officers may have egged on the protesters.
Do you have
and some of
any
them,
evidence of them egging on protesters?
Yeah, I can link an article in the Discord if you want, but I'd have to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, if you want to find that, sure. Are you talking about them letting people into the Capitol or something like that? Or what do you mean by egging on? Yeah. Just like while you're pulling it up, what do you mean that they were egging them on? In what way?
It's kind of loaded terminology, but I just mean like clearly taking advantage of the situation in a way they shouldn't have.
How were the cops who were being like brutalized by
Let me
people
just
on the
please
front
pull up the
line?
article real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, pull up the article.
Okay, here it is. I just gotta click the link. Uh, so this is based on a CNN video, but no, it was a debate. Never mind. It was an article, but it was a debate between whether or not it was an inside job, and it had Ramaswamy in it. So here it is. I'll direct message it to you.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Do you see it?
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Oh, a Breitbart article. Watch,
Yeah, but it
Ramaswamy.
links to a CNN thing, so it's.
I'm about to watch the video. Ramaswamy, CNN's Abby Phillips spar over claim January 6th was an inside job.
We have here Riley Miller. He's a law student at Drake University and
Okay, do we want to like go over this like together and like click play at the same time, or
You can watch and give me your thoughts.
okay, it's 9 minutes long. Are you cool with that?
Well,
I'll put it on
we can watch
1.5
it
speed.
together if you want, or we can end the call, or we can just
This is what I'll do. I'll share my screen with you. I'll mute. What?
No, we can just read the article though. It has a transcript.
Okay. Let's see here. Partial
So
transcript
Philip
as
says,
follows.
Speaking of those debates.
Let me ask you something about let me ask you something that you said at the debate last week. You used the phrase inside job to describe what happened on January 6th. The next day, Capitol rioter Alan Hostetter highlighted your comments at his sentencing. He is going to prison for 11 years. Hostetter threatened members of Congress. He brought a hatchet, knives, pepper spray, stun batons, tactical gear to the U.S. Capitol. Are you concerned that a convicted felon like that is now promoting your comments in court? So here's my concern, Abby, and I want to tell you guys where I'm at. If you had told me, it's close to 3 years ago that January 6, 2021 happened. If you had told me 3 years ago, back when I was
Sorry. There was a weird miscommunication. We thought someone was about to walk into our house, and we are all good, though. What were we watching? Wait, weren't we watching something about Hassan? Oh, was it the tab that I just closed out? Of course, fucking course it was.
Modern medicine. You are a dumb. You are so unserious. I hate you. I despise you openly. I don't talk about you.
But I didn't expect him to sink so low that he would be.
Bro, you know, there's something about like Hassan really tries to like Zoomer Max, even though he's older than I am, right? He's like what, 30 or 31? Wait, I mean, fuck, we could just Google this. Hassan Piker. Is how old? 32. He's 32 years old. And I swear to God, he has so much of like the Zoomer lingo and the Zoomer like speech affectations, like I hate you. I hate everything about you. Nobody cares about you. You are worthless. You know, like whatever that little tirade he just went on. Like it reminds me so much of my little brother. When my little brother starts going off on someone, it sounds exactly like fucking Hassan. It is the most uncanny shit.
Baboon-brained idiot, unserious child, literally barely surviving due to modern medicine. You are a dumb. You are so unserious. I hate you. I despise you openly. I don't talk about you.
But I didn't expect him to sink so low that he would be glorifying a terrorist live on stream.
You know what One Piece is? we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
And of course, if you're critical of Hassan at all for this, you're racist.
Sad, but this is how America views Arabs? Yeah, 100%. So stupid and racist.
This is insane. It's like, how can he get worse? And then every time he does, it blows my mind. Almost as much as the Galaxy Projector 2.0, turning any room into a planetarium.
wow.
Any room, you could take a
I won't
cosmic
skip his ad, but we're gonna
The
speed
Galaxy
through it.
Projector is highly customizable all through the app, allowing you to change the color, the speed, the brightness of the stars. My favorite use for it is on those late night gaming sessions where you can really immerse yourself, losing track of time. And it's smart too, allowing you to hook up your Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. From gaming and movies to parties and relaxation, it's a great piece. It'll make your space a little more unique. And with Valentine's Day coming up, I mean, who knows? Maybe a little spicy under the stars? I know I've done it. Make sure you use code Willie Mac Show with the link in the description to get 15% off. Thank you, Galaxy Lamps, for sponsoring this video. A Houthi terrorist ended up going viral on TikTok after posting a video of them capturing a cargo ship. People think he's hot, nicknaming him Timothy Charlemagne after the actor. And Tassan wanted to interview him for the sake of journalism.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
Holy shit, that would be amazing with sex. Are you talking about the fucking star projector, my guy? Oh, do we no longer need to go outside? The last time I did shrooms, I've told the story of us doing shrooms and watching Twilight, but when we were watching Twilight, we had like mood lighting, right? And so we had like string lights go all around the room, and then we had a star projector on the ceiling. And at one point, I just laid down, just was fucking transfixed by one of the like laser projections was a like spiral galaxy design, and bro, it looked like it was like this close to my fucking face. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism.
I actually agree with him. It would be legitimate journalism. You'd be able to get the Houthi perspective when it comes to the Yemen civil war, as well as ask questions about them attacking merchant ships on behalf of Gaza. But it becomes crystal clear that Hassan doesn't want to do journalism. He just wants to be friends with this guy. He opens the interview by asking one real question.
How does... what is the mood in Yemen overall since America started bombing positions in Sana'a and other places?
He's saying that it's pretty usual. They've been used to this for 11 years now, and they're not scared.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the follow-up.
Does he know what One Piece is?
Oh my god.
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
Is an anime.
Luffy.
Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Y'all think we're gonna get a Willie Mac versus Hassan like part 2?
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's
that's
so
fire.
Oh my god, dude. We think the
like the thing that I thought about the entire time during that debate was just like, bro, imagine being so uncurious about everything that's happening around you in the world. Like you have the opportunity to ask him, like, really, all things considered, really interesting questions, really important questions, and you're not, because you're so unbelievably fucking giga biased against the United States. You'll talk to this guy who is arguably a fucking terrorist because you just hate the US It's so fucking cringe.
Houthis, Ansar Allah is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
What the Oh, the Houthi are like One Piece? Dude, they're firing missiles at commercial ships and taking civilians hostage. Hassan thinks it's awesome, showing footage of the guys taking over the ship and comparing it to Rust the video game.
It's pretty wild that they're doing Rust. Like they're doing... This is literally Rust. Why are they capturing the ship? They said that any ship that they can get their hands on that's like an Israeli ship, they're going to intercept.
Except they're not just attacking Israeli ships. Reports say that the last dozen attacks have zero Israeli affiliation. But yeah, otherwise they're just like those happy cartoon pirates. At one point, the guy straight up admits to taking people as hostages.
What does he think about China? Does he know anything about China?
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he...
Hold on. It wasn't CSGO, all right? It was Arma 3. And he fell for it not just one time, but like 8 times. It wasn't just the one Ukraine clip. There were like 12 Ukraine clips that he fell for. And then there were like 4 or 5 of them from the conflict in Gaza that he fell for. It's fucking crazy.
He did caught with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So I mean, what? That's so crazy. So they're just
that's so crazy, bro.
Like, I don't understand.
To be clear, we're talking about a man they took hostage.
America's like America's like blowing them up while they're just like doing cat and fucking chilling with the captains. Like, how does he feel about that? Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know how to describe it.
What, Hassan? Do you think they're on vacation? America is attacking Yemen because they are firing missiles at commercial ships. They're not hanging out, they're captives.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
With their charm. Oh, based.
Okay, that doesn't probably take much to be fair.
Hassan's the type of guy to see the old American concentration camp propaganda and think it looks fun.
Quarters were being built where they would have an opportunity to work and more space in which to live.
Hassan would say how generous to put him in a warm climate. When Hassan described himself as a propagandist, I thought maybe he didn't understand the definition of the word.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
No, I'm not calling
I'm a
you that.
propagandist.
I'm just saying. I'm going to play
I'm saying
I am a
He's
propagandist.
doing legitimate propaganda here for the Houthis.
He's saying they've all tried caught, including the captain of the ship that he went on. He's saying that the vibes are immaculate.
No fucking way.
He's saying he wants us to visit.
Oh, dude, I would love to one day. I am afraid of America bombs, though.
I have shown you 4 minutes of a 45-second interview. The rest of this thing is just Hassan trying to get approval from a Houthi terrorist.
Tell him that this community of mostly Americans raised more than $1 million for Palestinian charities. What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? That's how you do it in Turkey.
Yeah. This is crazy.
What do you mean? I'm just fucking chilling. We're just vibing, dude.
No, I know. This is the dream blunt rotation right here.
Yeah.
Really?
We're just vibing. We're vibing big time. Okay. This is the international language that everybody understands. Cursing, fucking football, and all this shit. But they don't have any. They don't have any like he doesn't have any time to watch fucking anime and shit, so I don't know what else to ask about.
How about something relevant? That would be cool. At one point, a viewer suggests a question.
Right. Okay, what else do I want to ask? So like, I mean, he's ask him if he would stop going on boats if Israel stops the genocide. I mean, yeah, he's gonna say yes, chat. What are you talking about? Those are like dumbass questions. Has he ever had like Western food?
How is that a better question? The interview is Hassan gobbling this dude.
What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? Ask him that question. I just banned one of those stupid fuckers in the chat just now.
He says, "Who are they?"
Just fucking dumbasses.
It's the president who said it. How else would you describe these attacks? Hassan was very proud of this interview, posting art of him and the pirate as One Piece characters, reinforcing the idea that he does a better job than mainstream news coverage.
This is what the job of like media is supposed to be. Bro, he was the sweetest kid that wished no harm, kept showing love throughout the interview, and these are the people that in the West deprive of their humanity and calls terrorists. Exactly. If I killed my neighbors, would you interview me, please? That's fun, dude. That's real nice, brother. Did he kill somebody? Is that what you're saying?
Did the crew of the Galaxy ship kidnap or bomb anyone? Hassan's only way to engage with this is to start calling everyone racist.
It's sad, but this is how America views Arabs. Yeah, 100%. So stupid and racist.
This is how desperate white supremacist Nazis are, okay? You are behaving in the exact same way that the jawless, chinless Iowa Nazis behave. I know I can't get a job, and I don't want to examine the material conditions. Everyone has told me that as a white man, I'm supposed to be so powerful, and none of that happened. So what must be the real problem? Oh, that's right. I'm going to go dominate black people real quick. I'm going to go act like I am superior to them. I am descendant of the Nord Vikings. But you're not. You're a fucking loser. Just like that fucking Nazi is a loser. You are the exact same kind of loser. Instead of looking for some esoteric, mythical Nordic rune that you want to identify with, you have identified with being an American pig.
What are you talking about, bro? Hassan's framing this as if this is a random Yemeni 19-year-old that only wants love and peace. He's not. He's admitted to taking hostages. He's a member of the Houthi whose flag says, God is the greatest, death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews, victory to Islam. This kid's TikTok has him calling people a
Dishonest edit? Which one was the dishonest edit? Hold on. Let me go back. If there's a dishonest edit, I will call it out. Well, I was playing my game.
In the exact same way that the...
Is that what you're saying?
Did the crew of the Galaxy ship kidnap or bomb anyone? Hassan's only way to engage with this is to start calling everyone racist.
It's sad, but this is how America views Arabs. Yeah, 100%. So stupid and racist.
This is how desperate white supremacist Nazis are, okay? You are behaving in the exact same way that the jawless, chinless Iowa Nazis behave. I know I can't get a job, and I don't want to examine the material conditions. Everyone has told me that as a white man, I'm supposed to be so powerful, and none of that happened. So what must be the real problem? Oh, that's right. I'm going to go dominate black people real quick. I'm going to go act like I am superior to them. I am descendant of the Nord Vikings. But you're not. You're a fucking loser. Just like that fucking Nazi is a loser. You are the exact same kind of loser. Instead of looking for some esoteric, mythical Nordic...
Can you explain to me where the dishonest rant or the dishonest clip was? Because I don't know. Was it just the fact that he spliced together several instances of him saying that this shit was racist? When people are talking about the Houthis? Like if I say the Houthis are an extremist jihadist rebel group who have reinstituted the slave trade, instituted Sharia law, and say death to the Jews, am I being racist? No. I don't think I've heard a single, not one example of people criticizing the Houthis in a way that's just Islamophobic that has like zero bearing in reality. The U.S. supported the Saudis who did all that and then some. Relax. The Saudis reintroduced the slave trade to the Arabian Peninsula.
Rune that you want to identify with, you have identified with being an American pig.
What are you talking about, bro? Hassan's framing this as if this is a random Yemeni 19-year-old that only wants love and peace. He's not. He's admitted to taking hostages. He's a member of the Houthi whose flag says, God is the greatest, death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews, victory to Islam. This kid's TikTok has him calling people a son of a Jew as an insult. He posted to Twitter, the meaning of Houthi is a title and it is not something to fear. But for the Jews, they are very afraid of this title. And Hassan's community defends him.
Son of a Jew is a popular slang among Arabs. Jew in most Arabic dialect means stingy. It is racist and very stereotypical, but it's a word that completely lost its meaning, and most people have been using it blindly for decades without connecting it to the Jews.
Hassan framing himself as an
when I heard that clip before of Destiny saying that, that surprised me because there are a lot of people in the United States that would say stuff like Jew me out of my money, right? This person Jewed me out of my money. And they didn't realize that that had anything at all to do with with Jewish people. Like that kind of like slang didn't racial slang, I guess, didn't lose popularity until like the 2000s.
An expert on this issue when he can't even recognize the Houthi flag is hilarious.
I'd take that screen off image. Wait, what? That banner is spicy, bro. Wait, what does the banner say? The translation of that shouldn't be kept on screen. Oh, okay. Well, I have no idea what it says, so I don't know.
No wonder his interview sucked. He doesn't know anything about them. If you support the Houthi for attacking commercial vessels on behalf of Palestine, I think that's fine, but you don't have to coddle this guy. He acts like he's about to give him sloppy toppy.
Yeah, Tim Houthi, Chalamet, we saw already, obviously. I talked about this already. This dude is like, dude, nobody has an answer to this, okay? I'm sorry. If you're this effortlessly cool and good looking while you are overtaking a commercial vessel on international waters that are 100 miles off of your country's coastline, Israel and America have no answer to counter this propaganda. That's it. It's Jover. You are now officially a real life monkey D. Luffy, okay? Yeah, you know who was on the fucking terrorist watch list? Nelson Mandela until 2008, by the way. So if you want to understand what America's positions are and who they choose to be, who they choose to put on the terrorist watch list, just, you know, really reconsider for a second. You're that incurious that you don't want to know what it's like for someone who has lived under a vicious bombing campaign for 11 of the 19 years of his life.
We never got to know. You never asked. Hassan would obviously get some heat from this terrible interview, but he would fail to understand it.
CNN literally fucking gets to interview Taliban leaders and even members of Al-Qaeda, which these guys are not like at all, for the record. I am just mentioning that specifically to show you that, like, this is what the job of, like, media is supposed to be. The problem is not that you interviewed him, it's how you interviewed him. Gave me chicken and waffles with the Nazi vibes. That's great. That's a great question, or that's a great point to raise here. Except this person is not a Nazi in the United States of America. He's not.
He's a jihadist in Yemen.
You are suspecting him of being that because you're primed into assuming that this 19-year-old is.
Can you link it to me on Discord?
Is straight up a Nazi. He's giving you Nazi vibes, I guess.
Yeah, bro. I wonder why.
I can't do anything to help you sort out your own internal biases that makes you feel like this is not a good thing, this is a bad thing.
He would then bring up Destiny talking to Nick Fuentes and say that was worse.
Yeah, people will be like, hey, can you please debate Nazis? And then we'll be like, but if you talk to a 19-year-old that is from Yemen, then that's unacceptable. Yeah, dude, I know a lot of you would probably much prefer, all of my naysayers would much prefer me having chicken and waffles with a fucking neo-Nazi who is like infinitely more damaging to American politics and also just the world in general as a byproduct of how much America fucking hypes up Nazi-ass politics in its fucking foreign policy and in its domestic conduct as well. But guess what, dude? You know, I think this is infinitely more valuable.
To give some context here, Nick Fuentes sucks. He unironically wants segregation.
It's not about the color of your skin or your race. It's about your morality. It's about your decision-making, what's right, what's wrong, how do you treat other people.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but the thing is that, you know, human beings have a tendency to fight with each other. And you can say that, we could say that sitting down here, but what happens when, what would happen if you and I were living in the same house? That's the kind of concept. When you and I are on a Discord call and we're sort of strangers and we're talking about ideas, that's great. But what if we're living in the same house and there's a fight over, who gets to shower when and who gets this seat on the couch and who? These are the kinds of things that happen in a dense.
Wait, do you
in
think
an
you'd fight
urban
with him because he's
population.
black over that?
I wouldn't fight about stuff like that. And
Hold. I want to hear the answer to Destiny's question.
Well, yeah. Would you fight more with a black person over who gets to use the shower?
Yes. And here's why.
When Destiny or CNN interview questionable characters, they don't agree with their extremist points of view. Destiny doesn't call Nick Captain America. And it's here when you realize Hassan's policies are not that principled. In fact, he comes right out and says it. It's America bad all the time. That's it.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually...
The Destiny comparison Hassan makes is bad, to be fair. Yeah. Insofar as, he's like sitting there actually just like joking around and asking about One Piece and being friendly with a guy who's literally part of a Islamist fucking terror group. Insofar as that, yeah. I would say that's a pretty bad comparison that Hassan made.
Actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
When a chatter would bring up how Iran and Russia also destabilized the Middle East by funding all of these terrorist groups, Hassan would freak out.
How else is there going to be stability? Just genocide all of them. Genocide the Middle East. Permanent third world genocide. How else will there be stability? How else? Is that what your argument is?
No, it's not. He actually wrote it out quite clearly. It's the one constant in life. Hassan can't engage with your argument, so he makes up one for you. It's oddly comforting at this point.
Brother, please, I beg of you, okay? Just take a deep breath and really think about your output here, okay? You are
think about your output.
Neocon. You might fancy yourself to be a liberal, to be an intellectual, to be above that. But you are no different than a Christian fascist neocon with this way of thinking. You f***ing animal.
Christian fascist neocon. How do these 3 things fit together? In what worlds do Christian fascist neocon fit together? Some of these are contradictions.
Whoever doesn't align with the Western world deserves to get killed and deserves to get slaughtered. That's crazy.
What does any of this have to do with what that guy wrote?
Why are there 3-year chatters being openly racist in here? Because they're American.
Since I started covering Hassan in November, it's led to a wave of people exposing just how bad he is at his job. And instead of just trying and putting in a little bit of effort, Hassan has chosen the path of paranoia. Hassan interviewing the Houthi pirate would make it on LSF. LSF is a Reddit forum where all streaming drama gets talked about. His own fan posting it to Reddit made Hassan have a meltdown.
This is not even about politics for these f***ing losers, dude. That's the guy who is trying to get me banned right now on f***ing LSF, dude. Yikes. I'm not trying to get you banned. I've been following you for years. Yeah. You posted on... Really, dude? You're not trying to get me banned? You literally posted on the subreddit that literally has actively gotten me banned numerous times. Hassan is currently live streaming with an actual Houthi terrorist according to the U.S. government. Oh, God. What a loser you are. Oh my God.
That's exactly what you did.
Oh my God.
Rat. He then cried to the mods of the subreddit asking to censor criticism.
Hey, can I please get taken off LSF, like, permanently? I just don't understand why I still get harassed for 2 years now. Like, this has become a lolcow thing for the Destiny Brigaders at this point. It's formulaic. It's not about accountability or truth. It's just dunking on me for my view count getting lower. Don't understand why that is even remotely relevant to the Twitch discourse. It's been like this for years now. Hey, which thread are you talking about specifically? The one dunking on you for your lower view count has already been removed at this time as we found it violating our rules. Yeah, I saw I assume they'll repost it again later and brigade it about how the mods are protecting me or some shit. The point is, it's all LSF is for many, a vector to prop up attacks. Just no utility bound, a place to try and get people to join a lolcow forum on another subreddit. For me, I mean. For others, it's seemingly fine. It's been way worse since the gambling drama, which got XQC to also start doing the same shit.
Just mentioning what Hassan did has him pearl clutching and crying. He's so brain broken and unself-aware, he criticizes people for doing research.
The idea that there is no real journalistic interest here, okay, is laughable. So please do not get your information from Wikipedia consuming, Reddit point regurgitating, YouTube
Reddit point
debate
regurgitating. That's my
if you
favorite one.
want to be in the know.
Hassan is discrediting Destiny for getting his information from Wikipedia, but Hassan gets his information from Twitter. It's why he gets every geopolitical issue wrong over the past 2 years. Who are we kidding? This is his analysis.
What am I looking at with my own 2 eyes? What are you looking at? I have no evidence? Don't believe your fuck. What do you mean? Does that strike you as a fucking misfire?
Finna bust a nut. Finna bust a nut tonight.
If Destiny is so stupid and wrong, go debate him. You clearly want to. I'm watching you cry about it while you're vacationing in Italy. It's depressing.
Is a fucking baboon-brained idiot, unserious child literally barely surviving due to modern medicine. You are so stupid. I despise you openly. I don't talk about you, not because I'm like scared of the consequences or anything, mostly because I know that you will take this as an opportunity to like make a fucking larger clout farming operation off of it.
I sold a hat. It was a good bit.
Everything is drama farming. People don't want to consume politics in a meaningful way. This is
That's so fucking ironic,
like,
dude.
Man, it's taking a fucking toll on me.
I'm sure it
Leftist
is.
Twitter discourse is disgusting, okay? It's disgusting. It's why fascists will always win regardless. And honestly, they have better organizational tools than a lot of you dumb motherfuckers, okay?
Who's the fascist? Everyone who's not him? That's convenient. He's saying since there's people that are more successful than him, no one should cover his mistakes.
It's so weird. Just ask yourself, who is in power in this country? Who is in power globally? Is it right-wing fascists? Or is it ultra tankies? You know what I mean? Marxist-Leninist ultras that are like shining past supporters. Okay? Who is it? Who actually has real power? So if it's the right-wing psychopaths and the right-wing fascists and the white supremacists, then why the do you spend 90% of your commentary shitting on other random, completely powerless, completely irrelevant, myself included, by the way? Don't ever listen to anyone that says, I am a genuinely powerful political figure. They are drama farming. They say it because they want to justify and moralize the criticism. They're just trying to fucking clout farm. I shit on Ben Shapiro all the goddamn time. Ben Shapiro sits on top of a fucking media throne worth millions of fucking dollars. Okay? So anyone that tells you, well, I shit on Hassan because like I have disagreements with him because he's an incredibly fucking popular media figure on the left is fucking lying to you. I am not anywhere near as relevant as Ben Shapiro. Don't say I'm dodging responsibility. Suck my dick.
You are, dude. You've now set the arbitrary requirement where you have to be as popular as Ben Shapiro to be criticized.
Bro, you're the biggest left-leaning political streamer. Should everyone just allow you to make stuff up? That's what he actually wants.
Do you think my output on the world is anywhere near as negative as a Ben Shapiro? Because if you say yes, then you might either A, be a Ben Shapiro fan, or B, absolutely baboon-brained dumbass with no discernible politics whatsoever. Okay?
I can't tell what side you're on.
People say this all the time.
No discernible politics.
Like,
Tell me what side you're
dodging
on.
Responsibility. That's a really weird thing to fucking say because it's very...
Yo, Jebtan. Yeah, I forgot to touch base yesterday. We're gonna have to set that up for sometime in the next couple of days because I'm gonna have to end streaming here in about 20 minutes. I thought about that as soon as I booted up stream. I was like, oh, you know what? There's someone I forgot to fucking message. Actually, No, never mind. We should just do it in a conversation, because I was gonna say like, hey, maybe watch the beginning of the stream, because that's when we went over immigration again. I'm just like so unbelievably fucking conflicted about so many aspects of it, because I don't feel like either side gives any kind of, you know, any answer that's actually going to solve anything. But love you, buddy.
I'm very serious about this. Okay? Do you think my overall output is a net negative?
Yes, your brand is division and misinformation for the sake of propaganda. Do I think Hassan's brand is a net negative?
If I make a prediction or a speculation, it can sometimes be wrong. IDF didn't bomb the hospital? Yes, it did. Yes, it fucking did. You fucking piece of shit. Yes, it absolutely did. You. Genocidal scumbag. You have no fucking dignity. You do not have an ounce of dignity inside of your soul. You fucking piece of shit. You garbage, monstrous scumbag. You garbage, monstrous scumbag. Why did you fucking lie? How can you live with yourself? You genocidal piece of shit.
God
So at the
fucking
end of all
damn.
this, is there at least one thing I could say that's positive about Hassan? Yeah, he still gets up and leaves when the video's playing, not abiding by fair use at all, but now his editor adds in a fake Hassan to stare at the screen.
Demanding answers amid an escalating spat with Pakistan.
Wait, really?
Overnight,
I
Pakistan
gotta
launched
pee.
retaliatory strikes on targets in southeastern Iran, just across their shared border.
Doesn't make it any better, but it is funny.
Wait, sorry, I looked away for a split second.
Pakistan. Overnight, Pakistan
gotta
launched
pee.
retaliatory strikes on targets in southeastern Iran, just across their shared border.
Doesn't make it any better, but it is funny. Subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out Galaxy Lamps. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drain Kobex, Necro Valley, Stefan Billman, Friday 13, Abby Blackbird, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, Kinkle.
Okay. Let's see. You know what? Instead of sitting here for the next 20 minutes trying to find something that I feel like I want to go over and then getting too deep into it, we're going to raid out. I'll stream again maybe tomorrow, the next day, or something like that. But I haven't seen my girlfriend face to face since I got sick, and I think that I'm no longer contagious, so I'm going to go and touch grass and see my girlfriend. So I love you guys very much. We're going to raid over into Wick. You guys have a good one, all right? Unless it won't let me raid, in which case we'll just end stream. All right, looks like we're just going to end stream. Love you guys.